You know, you guys really are like the hip-hop early morning, late night talk show.
The Breakfast Club is the most powerful, popular, urban radio show in America.
Made it! Live from the Black Mothership in New York City, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Jess Hilarious.
Thank y'all for being cultural leaders, man. I appreciate what y'all do for the culture.
Collectively known as
Breakfast Club, bitches!
I'm always nervous when I do the Breakfast Club because sometimes you say stuff and it's just gonna get you in trouble.
Everybody wake up!
Good morning, USA!
Yo, 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 yo. Jess is on maternity leave. Good morning, Lana Rosa.
Good morning, Envy.
Charlamagne to be here in a second. It is Thursday. How you feeling?
I feel good. It's Friday Eve.
It's Friday Eve. Yes, it is.
Yeah, my cousins are coming in town tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll be here tomorrow and throughout the weekend.
What y'all doing this weekend? Anything?
They're going to a festival. I forget what the festival is, but when they get here tonight, I don't know what we're going to do.
Okay.
We'll see.
Did you watch the VMAs last night? What up, Charlamagne?
I did watch the VMAs last night.
What'd you think?
You know, those award shows are always so long, but I think Megan did a really good job. She looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The VMAs was on?
Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was all over the timeline. You be on the timeline. Don't act like that.
I don't be on no damn timeline.
Yes,
and
you
know
do.
I don't be on no timeline.
There was a lot of
I'm trying
performances.
to remember. Yeah,
I
there was so
been
many
on Twitter
performances.
since 2019.
I'm talking about Instagram.
There's a lot of performances.
I didn't even see it on Instagram.
I had no clue who they were.
That's what I meant by I was trying to be nice when I said the show was long.
See, and this is why
that might mean you old if you didn't know none of the artists.
No,
my daughter didn't know none of them artists either.
It's just not our genres.
Yeah, not our genres, and that's why it made me think about the Super Bowl. For the last, I don't know how many years, there was a lot of those artists performing at the Super Bowl.
No idea.
And things have changed. But there was a lot of artists that I had no idea who they were. My daughter was watching with me.
White, Latino?
Both.
Who was hosting?
Both. Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion hosted.
Really?
Yeah,
Megan
I thought
hosted.
she did a good job hosting.
Maybe people algorithms be different. My timeline was Shannon Sharpe sex tape and Kendrick Lamar song last night.
That was it too.
Oh,
it
okay.
wasn't like, because there was like not too much, besides like a little Tyler moment, there wasn't too much controversial stuff happening, but it was the looks. Like Megan paid homage to Britney Spears, to Beyonce. You know, she's just fun, so she looked amazing.
Tyler's faces were all over because every time somebody was performing, they showed Tyler, and Tyler always gave him the face.
Yes.
When she won her award, I know you're gonna break it down and Jess with the Mess.
Where was it at? What was the VMA there?
USB Center in Long Island.
In New
UBS
York?
Center. Yeah, it was in New York.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
UBS Center in New York and Long Island. All right.
Dang, the days have changed. Not knowing that the VMAs were even on.
Not only did I not know, didn't care.
Didn't care.
Didn't care. Yeah, that's why it's changed.
Yesterday,
MTV
I knew all the
VMAs
presidents
used to
was in
be
town
like-
yesterday.
Yeah, because traffic was crazy yesterday.
Yeah, Vice President was here. Kamala Harris. President Biden was here. Trump was here.
Yeah, I see.
I ain't heard nothing about no VMAs.
Nah, VMAs. LL performed yesterday at the VMAs. He
Really?
performed he did 20 songs in and out. Public Enemy performed yesterday on the VMAs.
Public Enemy? Chuck D and Flav?
Yes, both of them.
Wow.
Flav came on stage too.
Yeah, Flav was on stage. Flav, we'll talk about it in Jess with the Mess. There was a lot going on.
Yep.
All right, now today, DeMar DeRozan will be joining us. Of course, NBA baller.
Yes, he's got a great new book out. I just had his book in my hand,
It's
too.
called Above the Noise, My Story of Chasing
Calm.
That's
yes,
right.
Man. I love DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is a big mental health advocate. You can tell he's a brother that's doing the work on himself, and he's sharing his stories with everybody else. And I always say the only way to eradicate the stigma around mental health is for everybody to tell their story. So I'm glad he's sharing his.
Yes, and also running for president of the United States representing the Green Party, Dr. Jill Stein. She'll be joining us, and her running mate, Dr. Butch Ware.
Yes, and the good sister Angela Rye will be here as well when we have that conversation.
Mm-hmm. And let's get the show cracking. We got front page news. Morgan will be joining us when we come back. Morgan Woods, you don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Oh, Glorilla performed last night.
Yes.
Glorilla was at the VMA.
Yo,
Yes, she
listen,
performed.
she had a moment. Shout out to her dancers because they held
her
her down.
dancer held her down.
Her top almost
Literally.
came off.
Really?
Her top
Yes.
did come off.
She was holding it
She was
up.
holding it, was on the strap, but they held it down.
Shout out to sis.
All right, we'll get to... What?
Somebody had a strap.
He says, who got a strap? It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. This guy's kinky already. Lana Rosa filling in for Jess. And let's get into some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. I'm turned up with my...
Hey.
Okay.
All right, so would you guys like to see another debate between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris? Would you like to?
No.
Oh, okay.
I would like to see one for entertainment purposes. But I mean, this isn't about entertainment. This is about two people running for the president of the United States of America. So for that matter, no, it's gonna be more of the same.
Yep.
All right, well, a rematch between the two 2024 presidential candidates is up in the air following Tuesday's debate. The Harris campaign called for another one, but as of late Wednesday, Trump is still undecided. Let's hear Trump's comments on a debate rematch.
We won the debate according to every poll, every single poll. I think that are we going to do a rematch? I just don't know. And no, we're looking at it, but when you win, you don't really necessarily have to do it a second time. So we'll see.
MAGA is just as delusional about Trump after this debate as Democrats were about Biden after the Biden-Trump debate. You remember there was still some Democrats holding on, there was hope. I'm going to ride with Biden. I don't care if he's a corpse. Weekend at Bernie's, all of that stupid foolishness they were spewing.
I remember.
That's how MAGA is now in regards to Trump. Trump, he don't got it, bro. There's nothing he can do against the vice president in a debate. Nothing at all.
Oh, actually, to debunk what Trump said, nearly every poll indicated that VP Harris won the debate. Trump says a fighter who loses always immediately asks for a rematch, and as a jab, to the Harris campaign. So there are several debates that are on the table being offered by NBC, Fox, and others. Meanwhile, viewership numbers show ratings soared for the first debate between Harris and Trump. Nielsen reports that more than 57 million people watch the showdown across the 4 major networks and 4 cable news channels. There is nearly 10 million more than the initial tally for the June debate between Trump and Biden. While surpassing that number, the final total for the Harris-Trump debate is unlikely to break records. The most watched debate, however, was that between Trump and Clinton. So Trump is like you said, entertainment purposes. And that Hillary-Trump debate happened in 2016, which drew 84 million viewers.
And let's be clear, the VP's team is asking for a rematch because if you're not doing press, why not debate in front of the American people? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why not debate against your opponent so they can look clearly and see, this is a clear contrast. I know who I'm going to vote for.
Well, and people got to see who she was, especially for people that don't know who she is, especially Trump supporters. They got to see who she was. And like you said, how many people? 59 million people?
And I can't believe there's still any undecideds out there, by the way. I really can't believe that.
So meanwhile, former President Trump and his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, they continue to push the questionable claims about Haitian immigrants eating dogs. They are eating the dogs. Senator Vance appears to double down on the claims. Let's hear more from Vance on that.
No one has spread false claims. What they've said is that a small migrant community, 20,000, so it's big for the city of Springfield, but it's small compared to all Haitians in the United States of America, that small migrant community has caused a lot of problems.
Again, the city of Springfield spokesperson Karen Graves says local leaders have got no credible reports. There are no specific claims that pets are being harmed, injured, abused, or even eaten. Now, there is a report out there about a woman from Ohio who ate a cat. She's not Haitian, and she's from Canton. So let's go ahead.
What if she's lesbian? Plenty of lesbians eat cat. That's the whole point.
Stop.
All right. So also yesterday was 9/11, and President Biden, former President Trump, Vice President Harris, and J.D. Vance, Senator Vance, they gathered in solidarity at the World Trade Center to remember the victims. Now, Senator Vance, he talked about what that ceremony was like. Let's hear more from him.
I'd never been there myself, and of course an incredibly tragic day in our country's history, a sad day, but also a really beautiful ceremony remembering those that we had lost. And you just can't help but think magnified 3,000 individual stories of lives lost, of families torn apart. And it's also, you talked about this earlier, but all these grandkids who never knew their grandfather, never knew their grandmother.
It shouldn't take, those type of situations to see them be bipartisan, but I won't get too much into that. If you did, speaking of bipartisan, if you did see a picture of Biden with a MAGA hat on, it was not AI. So Biden did pose with a red, white, and blue Trump 20.
But y'all worship Biden. That's who y'all worship. Why would you do that at a time like this?
That's what I said. Why would you
do that at a time like this?
He the family member that you got to keep off Facebook. Yeah, the reason why
solidarity.
It's still dumb.
No, you.
I'm gonna tell you why.
They should have smacked that hat off.
Morgan, don't you come with no excuses for that, man.
I'm not coming with an excuse. I'm gonna report what the report says.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you the substance. So with that being said, yeah, he was there to mark the 23rd anniversary in Shanksville, Pennsylvania of the 9/11 attacks. So Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates posted the photo on X. He said the president spoke about bipartisan unity following the 9/11 attacks, and Biden actually gave his hat, the hat that he had on, to a Trump supporter, and to show solidarity, the Trump supporter gave Biden his hat. So Biden put the hat on. No,
it's a big difference between wearing the hat of a Trump. Now, if Trump would have wore a Kamala hat and then Biden wore a Trump hat, that would make more sense. But just a random supporter, I didn't see I didn't see that picture. I only saw the picture of Biden with his Trump hat on.
It doesn't even matter. They're gonna take the picture, and what they're gonna do, they're gonna send it all over the place. Most of the people are not even gonna hear what Morgan just said.
They're gonna say
Biden wore a MAGA hat. That's what.
Please get Unc off Facebook. That's what that's giving.
Yes,
he don't need to upload the selfies with the eye.
And keep him in the basement. Okay.
Oh no.
Keep him locked away. All right.
Nah, he needs to just stay home.
Can I say one other thing about the so-called Haitians eating the pets, or whatever? Mm-hmm. You know, soon you're gonna see a video of some group of people, cooking a dog. It's not gonna be real, but just know that you will see it floating around social media, and people are gonna say, "Hey, this is what we were talking about."
Of course,
we're just in the age of propaganda.
Yeah,
I hope y'all know that, right? And then, and most of the propaganda is created by people.
Yeah, of course.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, House Speaker Mike Johnson, he's pulling a government funding bill after GOP support collapsed. A vote is scheduled for today, but over a dozen Republicans withdrew their support for the proposed legislation that's tiered to voter ID laws. A stopgap plan would keep the government funded into March. If a funding plan is not passed, the government will shut down on October 1st. So that's going on. Let's make sure that we can continue to fund our government before we, get into a November election. So, but yeah, that's your front page news for the 6 a.m. On the 7 a.m. We're going to talk about the Taylor Swift effect and whether or not that really makes a difference in this election.
Oh boy. All right. We'll get into that next. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is. We live?
Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Cool from Columbus, Ohio. What's going on, DJ?
What up, Cool?
What's going on? Hey, just piggyback on what y'all said, that report about the Haitians. I don't know about in Springfield, but we did just have this lady kill a cat and eat it in her driveway.
Yeah, but wasn't she an American resident?
Yeah, she was American.
Yeah.
Now, I was just going off of what you were saying that they're going to try to circulate something. I'm surprised they ain't trying to circulate that story. Try to make it like it was Haitian.
I did see the cat story, but that's why I knew about it, because they said she was an American resident. But I'm telling you, because there's another picture walking around of a black man holding a duck, and they trying to say that's one of the immigrants.
Envy, at your car show, there was a guy with a duck.
There was a guy with a duck, and the duck had a chain on.
Yes. Did the duck have a chain on?
No, he didn't have no chain on.
This guy, his duck had a chain on. And it's funny, he wanted to take a picture of me. I was like, this don't feel right, bro.
I took a picture of the duck. I couldn't believe it in a video.
Yeah, he was a duck.
Who just has a duck?
I don't know. He said it was his comfort animal. I have no idea. I don't know. Don't ask me any questions. He can identify what he wants to identify, what he can like, what he wants to like. I don't know.
By the way,
I don't know anymore.
Duck is very tasty.
It is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
you know what?
is.
Yes, it is. A duck at Mr. Chow's. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. Peace to the plan. What's up, y'all? It's Bobby Fresh.
Peace, King. Bobby Fresh. What's happening?
What's up, y'all? Yo, I just had to get off my chest, man. Envy, you had me on hold last week for like 2 hours, bro.
How did I have you on hold?
I don't know. That's what the dude who answered told me. You want to blame it on him then?
Nah, you can't blame it on me. I mean, we just answer the phones randomly. So, sometimes we call on people, sometimes we don't. But what's up, man?
Hey, nothing, man. I hope y'all have a great day. Y'all been making my morning since I was in like high school, bro. I'm an adult now, bro. And y'all just so great for our call. Yeah, we getting there.
No, I'm there.
I'm not old.
Yeah, I'm only 27 though, bro. I ain't old, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know it. You're not there.
I'm 46. Listen, you know what's so interesting? People say that to us all the time. I be out and about and people like, yeah, I've been listening to you since high school. And I'll be like, how old are you? 28, 29. And you know what I do? I thank God.
That's right.
We've been on this radio almost 15 years doing Breakfast Club.
That's
Longest running hip hop morning show ever.
That's right.
Nationally syndicated in 100 markets. What's
That's
up?
right.
Talk heavy.
Talk out. But anything else?
That was so. First of all, Lauren sound young. You sound old. Lauren's like talk heavy, and you just said something. Talk out.
I said anything else?
He hit the Biden with the hat. He's like, get him off Facebook. Like
just saying anything. Talk out.
Anything else?
What?
Hello, who's this?
Hey, my name Anthony Youngblood, a.k.a. the Super Trucker, straight out of Portsmouth, Virginia. Good morning.
What's up,
brother?
Anthony?
Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I got something to get off my chest. First of all, Envy, thank you for giving shout-outs to the 757.
All
That's
the
where
time.
I'm from, born and raised,
Yes,
Portsmouth,
sir.
Virginia. The young lady, I forgot her name. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Lauren LaRosa.
Greensboro right now.
Lauren LaRosa.
Lauren LaRosa. Good morning.
Good morning.
Charlamagne, I got something for you, homie.
Yes, sir.
All right, 2 weeks ago, you said something about a trucker cutting you off.
That's right.
Okay, let's get this. All right, I'm going to start right here. All trucks aren't Mack trucks. Mack is a manufacturer like Ford, Chevrolet, Lexus. All trucks aren't Mack trucks.
Okay.
You have different type trucks. Second of all, when I first started trucking, they didn't make automatics. People weeded themselves out of trucking because there was no automatics. They were manual trucks
Oh, stick shift.
and paper logbook. You see what I'm saying? Now, over time, they done came out with these automatic trucks and these e-logs, which pretty much, in my opinion, remove the brain from a lot of these drivers out here now, and they just put in bodies and seats, which I call new breeds, which I don't have no respect for new breeds.
So is that why they drive them trucks like they cars?
Exactly, because you have anybody out here driving a commercial class vehicle now that's not commercial class vehicle worthy. They don't have the skill, the timing, the precision. They just put anybody in them because it don't take a brain to drive them no more. You got a computer doing everything. You got a computer doing the logbook. You got a computer shipping gears.
That make all the sense
All they
in the
doing
world.
is just holding the steering wheel. That's why they call them steering wheel holders.
Well, thank you, Ace. You be safe on them roads,
So
too,
hold on,
man.
Ace. Are you telling me that I should continue to report unsafe truck drivers to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration? Because I have the hotline number.
Every time you get a chance, make sure you get that MC number.
1-888-368-7238. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern.
800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. Charlamagne, you know how to drive manual?
The hell you mean
Stick
I know how to
shift.
drive? Oh, no, I don't know how to drive no stick shift. Boy.
Jesus.
Don't do that to me.
Lauren?
First of all, I was born in 1978. So, you know what I think about when you say that to me? That scene in Boys in the Hood when
That's
that
what I
girl
said,
walking. No.
That's what I said, manual.
You
I
said
knew you
I was
was
like, manual? Yeah. Can you drive stick? No. You want to teach me? All right. What was it? I can learn. Well, whatever the hell it was.
That's where you go first mentally.
That's what he wanted to say to me.
No, I did not. That's why I knew he was going to go there. That's why I said
Charlamagne,
manual.
you know how to
That
drive
was actually
stick
an
shift?
opportunity because he asked me too. So.
Charlamagne, he did that to make himself feel less gay. Charlamagne, do you know how to drive stick shift? That's what you wanted to say to me, King.
Yo, you're
Can I?
this morning. Get it off your chest. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. He said denied.
The Breakfast Club.
The way that you walk, the way that you talk, I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up next. 800-585-1051.
Not just me, I'm what the culture feeling.
Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Sean Stone?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Peace and blessings, man.
Get it off your chest, brother.
Hey, man. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Morning.
Yeah, man. That other guy over there working today?
Charlamagne? Yes,
No,
he is.
I'm not here.
Oh, he's just AI.
Yep.
Okay. That's crazy, though, that Biden put on a Trump hat. I don't understand that.
I don't get it either, especially
Nobody
a day
gets it.
after the debate. Like, why would you try to sabotage? It feels like sabotage. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, man. He ain't thinking. Oh, man. That's crazy. Well, I also want to give you all props for that Tyrese and Wallow interview, man. Great interview, man. Especially Tyrese interview, man. Very touching type of interview.
Hey, Sean Stone, both Tyrese and Wallow are going to be at my 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo on October 12th at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. It's a free event.
Oh, are you telling me that because you want me to volunteer? Yeah.
No, I just wanted to give him a shout out.
See you. No,
Yeah, he wants to see you.
If you want to volunteer, you can. Yeah, we might need volunteers for sure.
You joking or you just pulling my chain?
I'm not joking. I know
you don't like me like that. You know what I mean?
That's true, but I mean, if you want to work, I'll connect you with Dr. Alfie.
All right, I want to work, man. You know what I mean? I'll come up and support you, brother.
That'd be dope.
But
you and Trav work together.
No, I'll never work with Trav. Quick question, Envy. Have you ever played a whack record in your life
a whack?
as a DJ before?
Of course.
Yeah, a whack record.
Of course.
Of course, right?
Yep.
So even though I like Nala Simone, she did play a whack record from Trav and Blonde Beauty, and my song is way better than Trav and Blonde Beauty.
It's not. We listened to it.
That's what the people saying on the internet. Charlamagne, you never listened.
We did listen to it last week or 2 weeks ago, and you told us you've been hating for 2 weeks. Listen, remember what I don't know if you was listening when I said if you can't celebrate other people's wins, you'll never get any of your own. So why you keep hating on Trav and Blind Beauty?
I celebrate people all the time because my song is just way better. And we'll like the people to choose.
And when your time your time comes, your time will come. But right now, Trav and Blind Beauty got to look. Be happy for them.
Gotta look. She can't see.
Oh,
that's exactly why you're not getting no love right there. That's why God ain't gonna bless you right there.
Y'all stay blessed, man.
Show us how the kids, man.
The kids are good, Envy. But Envy, I want to know if you really rock with me, Envy. Why you can't go listen to the song, bro?
I don't ride for you. I'm just asking how the kids are. I'm just appreciate you, bro. I'm just asking how you and your family are.
Brother, you say you don't ride for me, brother?
What do you mean ride for you? I don't ride for you. I'm trying to be a good, positive brother. I'm asking how your family is, and you saying you play my record. I just want to know how your family is, bro.
I've supported you many times. That's what I'm saying.
What would you like me to do? What would you like me to do, Shannon Sharpe?
I just want you to listen to the song. That's
we listened to it. It is whack.
Damn.
We didn't like it. Try again.
You don't got another one for him? Like, get back in the booth.
Try again.
Damn. Well, I have a good one.
Lord.
Dang.
That just sounded, please, somebody help me. Lord.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now we have Jess With The Mess with Lauren LaRosa coming up.
Yeah, we're going to do a quick little VMA recap. Then we're going to head on over to Shannon Sharpe.
Okay. All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess With The Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies, She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of shit.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So the VMAs went down last night at the USB Center, and it was a show.
A lot of performances.
Yep, Eminem opened the show, and then Meg Thee Stallion hosted the show. And Meg Thee Stallion did some outfit tribute. She did a tribute to Beyonce in one of her outfits. She did a tribute to Britney Spears' Slave For You VMA performance. And she actually had the snake, but she got scared, so she made one of the producers come take the snake off of her. Glorilla on Arrival on the carpet, she paid homage to Left Eye with her outfit, one of her VMA looks. And then Glorilla was performing. She did a medley of songs, but when she was performing Thank God It's Friday, her top was about to come off. So
damn, it came off. She was holding it with her hands.
She literally was holding it with her hands and still trying to dance. So she was rocking out the performance, though. One of her dancers came behind her. I don't even know how she peeped what was happening because she was behind her and put the top back together.
Still dancing while she was doing it.
And still was dancing and got right back and sang. Shout out to that dancer. I hope Glow takes her out to dinner today. Breakfast, lunch, something. LL Cool J performed. He was celebrating the 40 years of Def Jam, so he brought out Public Enemy with him as well. Let's take a listen to LL.
They call me Big LA, Big Silly, Big Money, Big Billy. When I'm sliding in the mall in the Hemi, I be slicing with these balls so they clear me. Let me rip it up for cuz in the back.
Busta Rhymes actually introduced him.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that part.
Yep.
I was in and out. The show was very, very long. I was in and out of the show.
It was.
What else? Katy Perry accepted the Vanguard Award. Chappelle Roan. Now Chappelle Roan is.
You know who that is, Charlamagne?
Chappelle Roan.
Roan, R-O-A-N.
I didn't know who that was either. But
so she is a music artist. She was there. She took home Best New Artist. I believe it was Best New Artist.
Ask a question.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? I saw Katy Perry and Doechii perform it on the timeline. I didn't know what that was from.
Oh, VMAs.
Are you going to ask me what one of her songs are?
No, I was going to ask you, is she trans? Because I seen I guess a drag queen or some introducer. She was like, that's my son or that's my daughter. And I was confused and my daughters didn't notice. So I was asking you.
What were you confused about?
And then when she gave a speech, I don't know. I was just asking.
What do you mean? Was it like, does he identify as a son?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Identify as a daughter.
I don't know. That's why I'm
the
asking.
The person introducing him identify as a father or mother. I don't get what you're saying.
Me neither.
I'm not for sure, but I do know that she has talked a lot about like drag queens who inspire her look in her.
I'm just curious.
You know, but I don't know.
Oh, she's not trans. One of the producers said she's not trans.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow, Envy.
So you just
I was just asking because what she said. That's what I was just asking.
Being inclusive goes wrong.
No, you just want to ask a question. You can ask a question.
Not really.
Without offending somebody.
She should just shut up.
All right. Well, that's exactly what she said. That is exactly what Chappelle Roan said. Because listen, she already is one of them people. She says she deals with anxiety. Mm-hmm. She told her fans maybe about a month ago to stop being weird, stop running up on her, asking for pictures and all that stuff. But on the carpet last night, you know how the photographers, when you're on the carpet, they're like yelling your name. Look this way. Look this way. So she got at one of the photographers. Let's take a listen.
You can't have one without the other though. Like you can't have the success of what does she do? She's a performer.
She's a performer singer.
The fame comes with that.
Nick just said it's Chapel Room. I thought it was Chappelle.
I don't know. That was the first time we seen her last night, but she killed it. Her performance was one of the dopest performances of the night. You could tell they put a lot into her set. She was it was kind of like medieval times that she was performing. So she had fire. She shot like a bow and arrow on fire, and it was pretty dope when she was performing. I had no idea what the song was first time me hearing her.
Yeah,
but her performance was pretty dope.
Same too about the song. My first time seeing her, hearing her was when she went viral like crazy because she was yelling at her fans, and I'm like, who is this girl and why is she so upset?
You keep yelling at your fans, you're not gonna have too many of them. You know what I mean? Because eventually, you know, people will get tired of that.
Well, she told I think she was talking to Entertainment Tonight, don't quote me on the outlet, but she told them that basically she did that because she deals with anxiety. And it was Entertainment Tonight. She said for someone who gets a lot of anxiety around people yelling at you, the carpet is horrifying, so I yelled back.
She definitely yelled back.
She's yelling back though.
She's yelling them, like basically telling them, don't yell at me like that. Shut up.
Sit the F down, shut the F up.
Well, don't walk the red carpet then.
And she gave
I'm a person who deals with anxiety.
She gonna yell
as well.
at you next.
But my thing is, I'm a person that deals with anxiety as well. So you know what you do when you deal with anxiety? You stay away from situations that you know are going to trigger said anxiety.
Yeah, I think now her team may have learned that.
Yeah, if you know the red carpet is going to trigger you, don't go on the red carpet.
Well, she had her own carpet too, so she was on the red carpet with her own carpet. So they laid down her carpet as she went on there and took pictures. So I guess they were yelling as they were. What?
I'm just listening to you talking about laying down carpet.
Oh my God.
Forget it.
Well, I apologize, Chapel Roan, for getting your name wrong. Don't yell at me, girl.
But she killed it last night. She did.
And then Taylor Swift took home. She actually last night won the most awards of the evening, and she tied Beyonce last night with the most wins by an artist with 30 wins.
Did Beyonce win last night or no?
I don't know.
Because she was nominated for a bunch of things.
Honestly, I don't know. The show was like 3 hours long.
It was.
Flavor Flav. This was a lit moment. I did see this part. You guys remember when Jordan Childs, they took her medal back? And he was like, yo, I got a clock for you. I'm going to send you the clock. They did that. VMAs was very smart about that. They did that on the stage. Let's take a listen.
I know they tried to take your medal away from you, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? I got you something that they can't take away from you.
Wow. I don't even know what to say here.
Yeah, so that was dope. So, good, feel good moment. Now, speaking of feeling good, I feel like, should we hold this up? Because I'm not going to.
I think you should hold it.
Yeah, let's go.
I had no idea.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I had no idea the VMAs were happening last night. I didn't see a lot of promo for it in the streets or on social media. But it sounded lively from what you just reported, Lauren.
A lot of performances.
It was a lot of performances. I mean, it's the VMAs and it's a award show. They ain't got budget, so they did a great job.
No, it was really amazing. The way they did their 2 stages, it was nothing cheap. It was not like they were lacking on money. They put a lot into all their budgets. Like every stage, when they went from left to right, all the stages were done right. The sets were amazing. Costumes were great. So they didn't lack when it came to money.
And I will go watch that Doechii and Katy Perry performance because I wanted to watch it last night. I didn't know it was from the VMAs. I just saw it come across the timeline. I thought that, you know, Katy was on tour or something.
When I say Doechii looked amazing, she looked good. Katy Perry looked good too. And it made me realize how many songs Katy Perry has that I actually like. Like I would never just put on Katy Perry. But last night I was like, yo, I like her.
Oh no, her first 2 albums, fire, phenomenal. But I'll tell you one other thing.
And she did all that last night on the first day of her period, according to what she said that.
Why do y'all know this?
She said that.
People share too much information, I swear. But I'll tell you something. That damn Doechii, drop on the clues bombs for Doechii. I told y'all a few weeks ago here on the radio when I heard Alligator Bites Never Heal. Phenomenal project, man. Doechii is
she's dope.
Dope.
No, she's really dope. She's really dope.
Fire.
She steps outside the box with hers. All right. Now, when we come back, let's get into... You want to play it now? So Kendrick Lamar released a record yesterday.
Yes, he did. We're gonna talk about this too. He
We're gonna
released
play
the
it
record. He took a couple shots according to what I think I heard. Y'all can let me know what you guys think you heard once we get into it later.
All right, we'll get it on now, and then we got front page news. And don't forget, Powerhouse NYC goes down to Prudential Center October 26th. You could pre-sale. You could get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. That happens at 10 a.m. So get your tickets. Let's get into Kendrick Lamar's The Breakfast Club.
Watch the party die.
Wake up. You're locked into The Breakfast Club.
All right, that was Kendrick Lamar. It's like another minute long. If you want to hear the full version, I'll get it on in the mix.
Yeah, salute to Kendrick, man. He shouted out Lecrae on that record, Terrence
D1.
Martin, but also my guy D1. So drop on the clues bombs for D1. I don't think we got to that part because the song is very, very
No, he did. Now he said D1.
Did?
Yeah, he said D1. He said Lecrae twice though.
All right.
But yeah, salute to Kendrick. If you want to hear the full version, like I said, I'm gonna get it on in the mix. Now let's get in some front page news.
What's up? What's up? So, as you mentioned yesterday, Lauren, Taylor Swift is endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris for her presidential run, and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, says he's incredibly grateful. In a social media post just after Tuesday night's debate, Swift said she'll be voting for Harris because she fights for the rights and causes that she believes in. Reacting to the news, Walz encouraged the pop star's fans to follow her lead. Let's hear those reactions from Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
That's the type of courage we need in America to stand up. We've seen it out of those Republicans who were at the DNC. We've seen it out of women who would like to have their own personal lives kept personal, but are forced to go out there because they nearly died because they can't get abortion services in a pregnancy. And now you have somebody like Taylor Swift coming out, making that very clear. This would be the opportunity, Swifties.
This will be the opportunity, Swifties. On Instagram, Swift went on to say that Harris is a steady-handed and gifted leader, and that we could accomplish so much more in this country if we were led by calm and not chaos. Now, Swift appears holding a cat in the post and signed it. Taylor Swift, child is cat lady.
You know, it's funny how with celebrity endorsements, if the celebrity that's powerful, like a Taylor Swift, endorses who you want them to endorse, celebrity endorsements are great, but if the celebrity endorses somebody you don't want them to endorse, celebrities need to stay out of politics. Celebrities don't need to be involved in politics.
Yeah. Well, it seems like she was going to say something last night, but she just had said Kelsey, and the crowd was cheering. But she was just like, well, you know, the election's coming up, you need to vote, and then they kind of just redlined it. But she was about to get into it last night, but they cut her off beforehand.
Well, you know, Trump doesn't like it, so he spoke with Fox News, and he says he's never been a Swift fan anyway. Let's hear Trump's comments on the endorsement.
She's a very liberal person. She seems to always endorse a Democrat. And she'll probably pay a price for it in the marketplace.
Now, those comments obviously came before the VMAs, so I'm not sure where she's supposed to pay for it in the marketplace. But you know,
Trump would love it if she had endorsed him. I mean, he wanted the endorsement so much that they did, fake AI endorsements, and it was interesting to hear JD Vance say that nobody wants to hear from an out of touch billionaire celebrity when Donald Trump is an out of touch billionaire celebrity.
This comes at the same time that the Florida Democratic Party is organizing in full force for the Swift Eras tour in Miami. Like, this is full on strategy as early voting begins in October. So retired University of South Florida political scientist Dr. Susan McManus, she says Swift's post on social media reaches younger voters, especially in Florida. Let's hear more from her.
It's not Hollywood, but it's music stars that are really bringing them in. And a lot of their lyrics and so forth are very political, as you know. Older people don't get why and how this is changing. One thing that we know about Democrats in some of these key states, and including Florida, is that they absolutely have to bring in the younger voters to win. But let's focus on something else that's very important, and also very important in Florida, the Taylor Swift endorsement. But do I think this is the end of the story? Absolutely not. Look at how many twists and turns we've already had, and you can't predict what will happen next week, let alone tomorrow, practically.
So Taylor Swift is scheduled to perform in Miami on October 18th, 19th, and the 20th. And early voting happens in Miami-Dade County on October 21st. So that's pretty cool how they're, strategizing in that regard. Meanwhile, University of Texas San Antonio political science professor John Taylor, he says that celebrity endorsements are as old as elections themselves, and he believes they don't make much of a difference. Let's hear more from him.
Taylor Swift endorsed Phil Bredesen in 2018 for U.S. Senate. He lost. Oprah's endorsement of Obama in 2008, was she the one that ultimately swayed people to vote for Obama and get him the Democratic nomination? Probably not. You ask the question of the average voter, what's affecting your vote the most? The economy, it's about reproductive choice, about gas prices. It's not necessarily about what does Taylor Swift think.
I believe he's probably right. I think people make their own decisions, based off, their needs and their interests. One thing I do like that Taylor did, she didn't tell people to vote for Kamala Harris. She just told people to vote and told people who she's voting for. That's what I think we all should do. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I want you to go out there and do your own research and make your own decision. I told you who I'm supporting, but not because I want you to support them, just because I vote my interest and Kamala Harris speaks to my interest.
But as a young 18-year-old that might not deal with the same things that a lot of adults are dealing with, and they love Taylor Swift, they follow Taylor Swift, they go to her concerts, they like to see what she's eating all in her life. If somebody that says they're voting for somebody, I think a lot of those people will be impressionable.
Maybe, but I would encourage you to do what Taylor Swift told you to do, and that is go do your own research.
Of course.
Taylor said, I did my own research, and neither of the reasons I'm choosing to vote for the vice president, but you do your own research and you vote for who you want to vote for. I feel the same way.
But them kids that are willing to do anything for Taylor Swift tickets and are Swifties, I think are going to follow exactly what she's doing.
I agree with you, Envy. Switching gears just a bit, the Congressional Black Caucus Annual Legislative Conference is underway here in Washington, D.C. The event, it focuses on issues impacting African Americans and the Black community across the world. It's running from the 11th through the 15th, and of course, I will be in attendance speaking to your legislators, thought leaders, and citizens who are meeting to promote political, economic, and social initiatives in the Black community. So if you guys want to pull up and, actually make something shake instead of just, not you guys, but I'm just saying the American people, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to sit here and complain. We're going to actually get, meet and converge and talk about it and, get with those legislators and, get our policies in place. So, yeah. But that's your front page news. You can follow me on social at Morgan Media, MorgynMedia. And for more news coverage, make sure you're following the Black Information Network. Download that free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com. We've got all of your exclusives coming from the CBC.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you.
All right. Now, when we come back, NBA baller DeMar DeRozan will be joining us. He has a new book out right now, Above the Noise, My Story of Chasing Calm. And we're going to talk to him next, so don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave. Lauren LaRosa is filling in. And we got a special guest in the building.
Compton's finest.
Ladies and gentlemen, DeMar DeRozan. Welcome.
Man, it's an honor, man.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am blessed, black, and highly favored, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
New book out, Above the Noise, My Story of Chasing Calm. I love that title. When I hear that title, I know a man that's doing the work on himself.
Man, trying, man. It's definitely a challenge. Something that's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Take time. It's patience. Got to give yourself grace. We go through a lot of stuff, that we sweep under the rug. And a lot of times, by the time we figure it out, we deep in. And it takes a lot of work to try to figure that out. So, just trying to inspire, get the message out there, and just try to break the stigma more than anything.
I want to know your journey when it came to the NBA, right? Because growing up as a kid, there wasn't as many leagues where it was training. We just kids played in the park, and the good kids went to high school, played on a high school team, played in college. But now it seems like everything is foreseen as training. You got to train 6 days a week. Lamar Odom and all those days just played park. They went to Rucker, played ball, and kept it moving. So what was your journey getting to the league, and explain to some of the kids out there who have that dream how difficult it was to get there?
First of all, like you said, like growing up, like we didn't know nothing about training. It was all like, if I go to play at the park from sun up to sundown, that's what I'm gonna be able to do. That's what I'm gonna do. If it's in the backyard, if it's making a crate, playing basketball, like my aspiration was always trying to escape from my reality with sports. You know what I mean? Whether we play football in the streets, whatever it may be. We use sports as a gateway, for peace. And for a long time, you don't even consider working out. You just want to hoop. As you get older, it becomes more difficult when you got to take those necessary steps to, evolve into a true basketball player. So it's definitely a long road, and especially now, I can't even imagine social media and so much stuff that's in front of these kids now. You basically famous by the time you in middle school, so it's definitely difficult these days, more so than ever, when before it just used to be about the game.
And when did you realize you were that good to make it to the league? Because as a kid, everybody thinks they Jordan, everybody thinks they Kobe, everybody thinks they every player that they ever imagined. When did you know, like, oh, I got a shot?
When it was a true real life belief, probably by the time I was probably like in the 9th, 10th grade. when it was like, all right, if I keep working at this, I still maybe have a chance. But for me, everything still felt so far-fetched because, you know, you didn't know nothing about college. I didn't have nobody in my family go D1. Mm-hmm. So even just going to college was a big thing. Like, man, I got to at least make it to college. Like, damn the lead. College was more so the big obstacle for me to make it to there. So by the time my senior year, I knew I was going to SC. I knew it was a chance for after that for me to go pro for sure.
What about your father? Because I love seeing black men celebrate their fathers, and you dedicated the book to your father, Frank DeRozan. What were some of the values he contributed, you know,
instilled
to your upbringing? Not just as a player, but as a man more.
As a man more than anything, you know, he taught me the art of hard working, resiliency, being a man, sticking to your word, and, you know, everything that he went through, he never complained.
Coming from Compton, I know in 2018 is when you sent out the tweet, the depression get the best of me tweet that kind of sparked all of the conversation. And I know you were back in LA at the time. Do you think, or did you feel like, was it like survivor's remorse because you're so connected to home and family? Now you're back and you're at the height of your career. Like,
yeah, I think for me that's when everything hit the wall for me because my career was, you know, taking off at a peak that I never would imagine. You know, I'm coming back home to LA, being a starter for the All-Star team, and, you know, all I cared about in that moment was get home and see my kids. I wanted to see my daughters. I didn't care about nothing else. But it's like as soon as I got to LA, everybody asking for something, needing something, wanting tickets, wanting to do this. Everybody had this pre-notion of, like, I felt like I was getting plotted on in a sense. You know what I mean? When at the end of the day, I just want to go hug my kids. I want to do what my kids want to do. But it's like the overwhelming feeling of I see myself on all these hotels downtown LA. It was just a lot, and it kind of put a lot of stuff in perspective for me, and I kind of just, you know, I hit a wall at that point.
Was Toronto a better place for you because you were away from everybody that you grew up with, and was that a mistake leaving Toronto?
Toronto was the best thing that happened for me because at that time, even when I was at SC, like if I had a good day or a bad day, I was still going to Compton. Like still going to stay at my mama's house in Compton. I'm still around the same type of environment, so I really wasn't evolving in a way I needed to. You know, I still ran back to what I was comfortable with. So when I left SC, got drafted, you know, I go to a whole nother country.
Toronto.
With like,
I know you was like, what the hell is this?
A lot of beautiful women in Toronto.
It's a beautiful place. Love it.
No, a lot of beautiful women.
He heard you.
I love it.
That man heard you.
He tried to get you. He heard you.
That man heard you. Look at that man in trouble. Go ahead, brother.
It definitely is,
Go
though.
ahead,
But
brother.
like, it's so wild because I didn't realize how much I needed to be away from home. And it was to the point to where, like, nobody in my family had a passport. None of my cousins could go. No, like, so I was there by myself. So it forced me to kind of grow up in a way to where it helped me mature in a very professional way, where I paid attention to nothing but working on my craft, how to be the best player, best individual, listen to all the OGs. Like, I didn't have no outside distraction because I can't have the homies come up. I can't have the fam come up. Nobody got no damn passport. Like, it wasn't easy getting a passport. So it was something that definitely was a necessity in my career at that point. And a lot of things that I learned from my time being away from home, then I still carry to this day, just understanding solitude and being able to be to myself.
Was that the first time you felt the calm?
Yeah, unknowingly too. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't no distraction. I had no choice but to be to myself. And with that, you know, now you got to figure out, you know, how to do laundry, how to what to eat, feed you, like so much stuff. When before, you know, I'm gonna just go to mom's, man. I'm gonna have mom's make me something to eat, this. So it definitely was a calm, like I said, even to this point, to make it easier for me when I need those moments to be alone. Like, it's easy to do.
The decision to leave Toronto, why was that?
That was tough. Because at that point, you know, I was 9 years in. It was the only place I ever knew. Only place I, you know, wanted to stay. Invested so much there. You know, I grew there. I was 19 when I got drafted. Had 2 kids up to that point. So I became a father. Like, just was a lot going on. You never thought in your mind that you'll leave in a place that, you know, you had so much success in. So when that happened, you know, it took a hit. But, you know, looking back on it, I'm glad, you know, it happened, because that's another point in my life that was needed for me to grow much more than I ever could imagine.
Was the rumors of you going to LA ever real? Was that like
that was real. That was 100% real.
You was gonna play with LeBron?
How close did it get?
It was basically like a done deal at one point, and I remember waking up and I remember leaving LA because I just knew, like, man, if free agency started, I'm about to sign with the Lakers. It's about to be a show, like, you know what I mean. So I took a vacation, got away. I went to Cabo or something, and you know, I look on Twitter, they went a different route. I was like, I thought it was a done deal.
You found out from Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Is that
Lakers
how that
changed their
works?
mind.
The Lakers changed their mind.
Dang, so you in Cabo, and like, so what happens? How do you feel? Who do you call? Like, what?
What's crazy, you don't call nobody. You just basically figure out your next move.
Wow.
Because something probably could be a thought or a word agreement don't necessarily mean, it's set in stone, so they chose to go a different direction, and that's when I went to Chicago. So but before Chicago, it was a good chance I was going to be a Laker.
I always wonder, how does that make players feel when they look on Twitter and see that they've just been shipped somewhere? Because it's almost like you're not even human.
Yeah.
You're just a product.
And that's another thing I talk to a lot of guys about, that it's a lot of players in our league that kills their confidence. They don't understand it, and it puts them in a spiraling, downhill, emotion that they can't get out of. And a lot of times you will see a lot of these guys that they good players, and that one obstacle hit, they never the same, because a lot of guys can't bounce back from it, from a mental aspect. Expectations set on them. They feel like they didn't reach it. Now they feel less than. It's a lot that goes into it that gets overlooked. I understand that it's a business, but a lot of times guys feel a certain type of way when that do happen, and a lot of times it's hard to bounce back from it.
All right, we got more with DeMar DeRozan when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. We're still kicking it with NBA baller DeMar DeRozan. Charlamagne?
So what made you choose to play for the Kings?
Be honest, the opportunity to compete, to win, was there. And the other side of it, obviously the financial part, to still receive what you're worth.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Let me look that contract up.
He's like a bird over there. He's worse than a bird. While I pull it up, right?
Look.
I know he got.
And this is 16 year in the league too.
16, yeah.
What's the contract, Charlamagne?
Hold on, I looked at the wrong. 3-year deal worth up to $76.7 million, including $3 million in unlikely bonuses. Congratulations, DeMar.
Appreciate it.
16. You see yourself going 20?
Physically, for sure. I definitely could do it. I take care of myself. I don't do nothing. I don't go out. I don't drink. I just either be my kids or I'll be chilling. I don't do nothing. So physically, for sure. Mentally, that's the tough part, because, kids getting older, missing so much stuff from the kids, that becomes more of a priority, more so than anything. I hate, my daughter asks me if I'm going to be at a dance they having. I'm like, I'm on the road. I can't make it. You know what I mean? That'd be the tough part. So, seeing them get older and missing a lot of stuff, that makes it harder on me to say, let me go for 20.
Why did you, leave the Spurs? Because, Greg Popovich, he writes the forward in your book. I saw you telling the story about how, I think it was after your father passed, and he came to see you, and y'all just kicked it for, some hours.
Yeah.
And, why leave that type of environment?
It's crazy. Pop's such a real dude, because even in that point, he just wanted me to be able to go somewhere to win, and kind of, because the team was going a different route. They was kind of going younger, and he just told me my last year in San Antonio, wherever you choose to go, I'm gonna make sure it happens. That's why I speak so highly of Pop. It even had Pop texted me last night, just randomly, the most positive message you could always get. I love when Pop texts me, but Pop, he was the one that come to me saying, go somewhere where you could go be happy and be yourself, because we're going a different route here with the team.
Wow.
So Pop a real dude for that.
What makes him such a special coach?
It's not about basketball. It's been, I always tell a lot of guys around the league, you think it's basketball, but it's been so many days where Pop, we'll come in, we think we about to watch film on a game previously or something, and he'll sit us down and we'll watch a whole show about penguins. And you'll be lost in the moment, but you also will watch it and realize why he have us watching it, because how penguins come together and sacrifice during certain seasons, how the males come together, take care of the eggs, while the female go out and hunt for 6 months. It's like a deeper meaning that he put you in front of to show you humility from a different level. You know what I mean? And or maybe times where you lose 2 games in a row, everybody mad, complaining, he'll come in and show clips from a third world country of kids training at 14 years old to be in the Army. And he'll tell you, ask yourself, what is it really to complain about? You get paid millions. You get to do what you want to do. It's people out there suffering from real things, So he put a lot of stuff in perspective, and he know how to get the most out of his players more than anything.
When y'all watch the penguin doc, did it show that they have same-sex behavior? Because a lot of times they say same-sex behavior in penguins has been observed in zoos, but it's not clear if it's common in the wild.
Nah, No, I ain't get that. I ain't get that far.
So let me ask you about
That's true.
Crazy.
But that's
like,
true.
why? Like,
They'll look it up later.
Okay, now DeMar, let me ask you about your pops. You said I knew my dad loved me and he was larger than life to me.
Yeah.
But he was the only person that you were scared of.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But how were you as a parent? Are you the same way with your kids?
No, because the fear he put in me, I always tell myself I didn't want to be like that to my kids.
But it kept you straight.
But it kept me straight. But I also grew up in the streets. My kids don't.
That's true.
Know nothing about the streets. So I approached them more so with love and patience and understanding. When before, like, my parents parent me in a sense of survival. It was always a thing. My mom always used to tell me, when you walk out that door, make sure, I don't care what you do, you walk back in this house. But every time you come back in. So with that, it gave me a survival instinct to understand, like, no matter what, I gotta make sure I make it back to the house. You know what I mean? Because it was tough. So, you know, my kids,
When did you realize that? Because, you know, as a kid, you think your dad's just being hard on you and you like, I hate him. But then when you started getting a little older, you start having kids, you understand everything.
Oh, yeah, you understand so much. Even to this day, to this moment, I still have moments where I fully understand why my parents did a lot of stuff that they did, you know, and, but, you know, when it comes to, like, that tough love, I don't think it's necessary like it's like it was with my dad for me, especially growing up in Compton.
You know, it's so interesting. I saw you say in the book that you were afraid to have a son of your own because you didn't feel that you could deliver the same brand of tough love that he did. And two things that I learned in therapy. Number one, I felt like my dad used to discipline me for things he never taught me, but also my dad was raising me out of fear and not love.
Exactly.
And I think what we call tough love is actually fear because he was afraid because you was in the street. It's like when I was in the street, my dad did not want me to make the same mistakes that he made.
Exactly. Yeah. And even now, you know, I got four girls and one son, and having that, especially with my son, I think about my father more so than anything. But with him, he brings, like, I give him the joy and the love that he deserved, like I do my daughters. You know what I mean? Because when I was a kid, I always wanted that for my dad. I always wanted the approval from my dad. I always wanted to make sure I made him happy. But that was the tough love he was giving me that made me question that at times. So, you know, with my son, like, I definitely didn't want to come off that way. You know what I mean? I didn't want to give him that tough love. It may be times where it's needed, but for the most part, you know, my son is my dog. As long as with my daughters, but, you know, having a son now, it makes me think about my dad more than anything.
Now, is it true that you said Jordan on the Wizards is your favorite Michael Jordan?
But you don't do drugs.
more so.
You gotta explain that one.
More so from the standpoint of, like, how simple he made the game at such a. He was 38, 39, 40 still.
But that was your favorite Jordan?
It wasn't my favorite, but it was more so the one that I remember watching the most. You know what I mean? Well, I'm 35 when, you know, I was 12, 13 when Mike was with the Wizards. So it was more me understanding and, like, watching.
And you fell in love with that Jordan?
No, I love Jordan.
Oh, okay.
But I more so fell in love with that Jordan with the style of play of how I play now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Obviously, you don't agree, huh?
No, I mean, I get what he's saying, but that 23 on the Bulls is just a
23,
different 23.
That's definitely something else.
So what's your favorite Bron?
My favorite Bron? That's a good question. I mean, second Cleveland stint, LeBron, probably my favorite Bron, because that's the Bron we couldn't get past when we was in the playoffs. He was unstoppable.
And you had a relationship with Kobe too, right?
Yeah, Kobe was, I had a relationship with Kobe ever since I was probably 15.
Wow.
15, 16 years old.
Just growing up in Compton, like.
Yeah, growing up in Compton, then I always used to go to his camps. Then obviously, when I was in high school, being a top-ranking high school player, he used to have these late-night runs where we would go up there and play. You know, he used to handpick who he fell in love with as players, and you know, I was one of those ones. And by the time I was a senior in high school, you know, he'd give me his shoes. I wore his Kobe's I think my senior year in high school. When I went to college, he used to give me a lot of his shoes. So we always had a relationship ever since I was young, for sure.
Where do you rank them? Like, where do you have? Cause we just finished talking about
Kobe, my GOAT.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I'll tell everybody, Kobe is my GOAT for many reasons. You know, that was the first person, like, I watched. Like, growing up in LA, that's the only NBA game I used to watch was the Lakers. So I watched every single game of his. I cried when he shot the air balls versus Utah in the playoffs, like, as a kid. So I always had an emotional attachment to him growing up watching him play. And obviously him being my mentor by the time, you know, I got in high school and throughout throughout my time in the league.
All right, we got more with DeMar DeRozan. His new book, Above the Noise, My Story of Chasing Calm, is out right now. We'll be back as The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with NBA baller DeMar DeRozan. Charlamagne?
Did the NBA provide proper grief counseling after Kobe passed? Because even if you didn't have a personal relationship with Kobe, he influenced so many people and inspired so many people. Did they handle that correctly? Because y'all was in the bubble too around that time, right?
Was that the bubble?
Yeah, I think that was the bubble.
That was that same year, right?
Yeah.
Because that happened. Because that happened that year. Then the league stopped. Then that summer we went to the bubble. Yeah. No, you know what's crazy? I think during that time, as players, we kind of embraced each other deeper than anything, because you start to look at the person next to you like, man, damn, if this could happen to Kobe, this could happen to anybody.
Right.
And it kind of hit us all hard, man. I remember the day it happened. I remember we had a game, and a lot of people across the league started, basically text and talk before the game. It's like, should we even play? A lot of people was contemplating on not even playing because just out of respect for Kobe and everything. But we end up, everybody end up holding the ball. I think we held the ball for a 24-second shot clock. Just try to, pay respect to him. But, we all bridge together as players more so than anything.
I was playing against him because that was your idol. That was your GOAT. Y'all played, 10 games in the league against each other?
Probably more than that. I think for me, it was cool because, I was even able to be a part of his last All-Star game in Toronto, to honor him. Even that season, I think we honored him when he came to Toronto. I gave him some special shoes, special made Kobe shoes. It was amazing being able to play against your idol, somebody you looked up to, and knowing how crazy he was on the court. The aura that he carried, almost similar to the stories I hear about Mike, and to see that in Cole, whenever he stepped out there on the court, the things he was able to do it was beyond incredible.
I think, first of all, I love the title of your book, right? We're talking to DeMar DeRozan, Above the Noise, My Story of Chasing Calm. I think we all know what noise sounds like, right? What does calm sound like? Because one thing you said earlier that hit me, because I understand that feeling, is when you feel peace, and you're a person that's used to dealing with anxiety about the depression, it scares you a little bit.
Man, I think I said this the other day. It's kind of like, that eerie feeling you get when you in the middle of somewhere and it's just too quiet.
That's right.
Yeah. Like,
and you waiting for something to go wrong. Like,
you just waiting. Like, it makes your nerves kind of even worse in that moment because you kind of on 10 from there. So that was even a challenge for me. And I used to try to figure out ways on really how to accept it and indulge in it. It got to a point to where I started going to Montana, Wyoming, going to these random places where it's just completely natural sound and just getting lost in it and understanding it's okay to be within peace. It's okay to kind of decompress away from everything else that's going on, because this is the true way to find and center yourself and kind of really think clearly for a second and not question it.
What is it that makes Compton so special, man? Like just think about all of the great, iconic, culture-shifting people who have come out of Compton.
Yeah, it's wild because I've had moments where, when I go back home and I'm leaving out this city, and you really just sit and realize man, this small city done birthed some of the greatest individuals that ever touched the world. You know what I mean? And it gives me the chills a lot of times when I think about it, because it make me even feel even more proud of even being from there, because it don't happen by accident. This ain't, what I mean? It's something about this place that have so much to offer that you see. I'm just honored to be a part of it, be honest with you. It's hard to pinpoint what is it, but it's something amazing because we got some greats to come out of there.
Now, you played in Toronto for years, but then Kendrick's from Compton. Drake is from Toronto. That's your guy. How do you choose what you're going to get into and what you're not going to get into at that point?
It's crazy. It's love them both, family, but at the end of the day, it's I'm from Compton. My city, where I'm from, where I'm born, where my family still live, it's that comes first before anything. And I feel like any real person will understand that. And that's just what it is. And it's so crazy because my second home became Toronto.
Right.
That has one of the greatest of all time, being from there too. So,
watch your mouth.
Drake.
Watch your mouth.
So you're not mad about the Super Bowl?
Watch your mouth.
Kendrick got the Super Bowl.
No, I'm not mad. I understand it. We for sure love to see Wayne up there. And my thing too is everybody was in such a uproar. We don't know if Wayne was still gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. We didn't know 50 was doing L.A., but it was such an honor and surprise to see him still do it.
He can't do that though.
Ooh.
Wayne can't pop
Wayne is
up
across
at
enemy
Kendrick
lines.
Lamar. Kendrick, I mean
that part of it,
that would be crazy.
You think so?
Yes.
Call him a
yes.
pedophile.
Come on, man. They tried to put in the Super Bowl. Kendrick put your name in the song. I'm glad DeRozan came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither. You being in the video, they were acting like you,
man, they
crossed enemy lines or something, even though that's your guy. So imagine Wayne showing up on stage.
I mean, yeah, true.
What you want him to say? I see dead people too, and then walk off afraid. That wouldn't work.
True. That's why I'm glad I'm not in an entertainment business.
Yeah.
Because y'all job is definitely difficult. Listen, it's dope regardless of how everybody look at it. I think it's dope. Go back to the Compton thing to see somebody from Compton headline the Super Bowl. Like
again, y'all just had one 2 years ago.
Yeah. And it's in LA in 2 years from now too. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just appreciate the moment. I would love to see Wayne. You know, I love to see, you know, Cash Money out there. I love to see No Limit out there, you know. So I don't think too much into it when it happens because I'm pretty sure it's more of a surprise that probably do come with it. And that's just me guessing. I don't have no insight on anything. That's just me guessing.
I want you to break down the concert, right? The concert you did in Juneteenth in LA, right? Of course, we seen it from the outside. We seen the music side, but everybody was talking about what he did for the street and local. So break that down for people that don't understand that part of it.
People gotta understand, like, I know it could seem like people celebrating whatever it come to the diss or whatever, but for us, the weeks leading up to it, the conversations that was had about certain people being in the same building that haven't been around each other, same people that's been having issues, internal issues, hoods, individual problems with a lot of people. For everybody to know that they're gonna be under one building and act accordingly, no problems, no issues. I remember when I first got there, I remember walking in the back and I see the line of every single entourage.
Every hood.
I'm talking about blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Like, you see it and there was no issues, no problems, everybody talking. In that moment, fear symbolized what really was going on. That was bigger than just what the outside people may be looking at, like, oh, it's a beef, they don't know. Like, some of these dudes haven't even been in the same building in years. And some of these dudes' hoods then had serious issues with this other hood. So it's like, we all in here wasn't not one problem, wasn't one argument going or leaving. And that was the most incredible thing for me to witness.
Ladies and gentlemen, DeMar DeRozan. His book is out right now, Above the Noise, My Story of Chasing Calm. And we appreciate you for joining us, man. Don't be a stranger either, man.
Nah, yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate the book.
My Knicks beating up on y'all. You come in. I say what's up.
I wish you much success this season. I don't have an NBA team. I like players, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wish y'all much success in Sacramento.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. It's the Breakfast Club. It's DeMar DeRozan. Now let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies, She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mack.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a coach
with Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Man, Shannon Sharpe. At the time of this report, it is 7:53 a.m. Shannon Sharpe is trending #1 on Google Trends worldwide, and it has been going on actively for 18 hours. And y'all want to know why?
Why?
He was on Instagram Live yesterday on accident, according to him, engaging in some activities with a young woman named Michelle. We do not know who Michelle is, but the activities were sexual activities, and you could hear all the moaning, the groaning, all of that, the kissing, the slurp. It was a lot. So, of course, when this happened, it went viral with everybody trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And he addressed the fact that a lot of people said that this was staged, that he set this up just to get a moment. Take a listen.
Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon, ESPN. There are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times, even when I'm behind closed doors. I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act, but to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard. I'm disappointed in myself. I let a lot of people down, but guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And after a while, Jamie Fritz, who's been my longtime marketing guy, he finally got through to me and he says, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what? Said, it sounds like you were having sex. Man, my heart sank.
So let me explain to y'all, because Unc said he doesn't know how IG Live works.
Yep.
And there are some people out there that may not know how IG Live works.
Look at me again. Look at me while you saying that again and see what happens.
Unc, because do you know how IG Live works?
No, you know I asked you this morning how it works.
So go through the procedure.
So listen, so you got to swipe your phone over to the right, or no, yeah, okay, well, you can press like you're adding a photo to Instagram.
Right.
You scroll over to live.
Yep.
You normally add a title, but he didn't. Then it counts down 3, 2, 1. This is a new feature. Then it says checking connection to make sure the people going to get all the goods.
Now we
now
live.
live, right? And normally it would even tell you, right? If your connection is a little crazy, it'll say you are now live with an exclamation point. So there are some steps to getting on Instagram Live, but Shannon Sharpe is saying that this was not something that was planned. Another.
But if you throw your phone on the bed, your phone doesn't swipe while it's on the bed, and it doesn't click the live button while it's on the bed.
So I don't know exactly what he was in his phone doing prior to going live, because I'm thinking like maybe there was like a pre-recording that they were doing amongst, you know, the young woman and him. Or was he on Instagram trying to upload an Insta? I have no idea. But I have never accidentally gone live, and y'all know I be on the ground.
That's right. I think it's weird. I don't think it's possible.
It's okay to say you love Shannon Sharpe, but you don't believe this story. It's okay to say
I don't
that.
believe the story. I'm sorry.
fine.
I do not believe it.
That is fine.
I do.
Hey, get that off me, man.
Whoa.
Get that off me, man.
Why you got that camera
In the
on me?
context of this story, you please be very particular about what you're saying.
Knock it off.
All right, goodbye, live people.
Now, one of the things I did want to mention, because the clip was short. It was like 1 minute and 16 seconds. See, the clip was short. You got to be particular in this story.
Yeah.
1 minute 16 seconds about. So a lot of people were like, "Yo." He was literally like growling at some
And
point,
that was
breathing
another thing.
heavy. It was like, whoa, it was intense. I know that bed hate to see him coming. You got to be careful about what you say in this segment. Okay.
But another thing is they were joking about it, right? And he said, "Yeah, you lasted short." He was like, "Nah, I was 20 minutes in beforehand." So
he said 25. Don't play with him.
So you was 25 minutes in, then you threw your phone on the bed, and then you went back in.
Then he said he was so in it, knee deep. She probably had the ice after. Like how you do when you playing a game, like you know,
He
you
didn't
have
say all of this.
He
Y'all
did
making
say-
this up.
I swear on the nightcap, he
audio?
said they was talking about she needed the ice. Well,
Oh, damn,
they
we
were
got the audio.
jokingly saying the ice after whatever, but he
where's-
did say
where's the
that. I
audio?
watched it. I'll play the audio for you after this because I didn't
Why
know.
don't y'all have the audio now?
I didn't know we could do that one. There was a lot of audio.
They
we
say
could-
he was gonna ice.
where they
Ice
were
the
joking
coochie?
about her. Yeah,
You can't play you can't play the audio of him moaning, but you can play the audio of them talking about it on Nightcap.
Yes.
And all
Oh.
our producers should know that.
I didn't even bring it up
the
because
fact that
we
he was
couldn't do the
joking?
moaning.
That's crazy.
So don't put that on them.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but what we do have though is them joking about how long he was going, because even Gilly was making fun of the fact of how,
He said, "We got that."
Brandon said he got it. Don't play with him.
I know that's right.
Go ahead.
No, not
Brandon
that
said,
one.
how long did he last?
Let's take a listen to the next audio.
Brandon.
You know, but we got to work on your cardio because you was breathing heavy. You shouldn't be breathing that heavy. You shouldn't be breathing that heavy. So we got to work on your cardio. So
Ocho,
when you lift weights, we got to get you on the cart. Hit the
Ocho, but
treadmill
you got
first. Or do the
Ocho.
step,
Real
do
talk,
the
though, Ocho.
Stairmaster.
Your boy, hey, Ocho. I was already knee deep for about 25.
Right. You were kind of short too in there too, Unc. I mean, you was about what, a minute, 5 seconds.
Oh no. Hey, this ain't no YouTube short. Boy, this is a full feature.
See?
Okay, so listen.
Listening, go.
So like you said, Envy, so he said he was in it for 25 minutes already.
Right.
So the phone came on after all of that?
Yes. So what it seems like, he was in it for 25. He picked up the phone.
That don't make any sense.
No.
Now, Lauren, you used to work at TMZ.
I did.
Now,
Mhm.
I used to work for Wendy Williams, so I tell me if I'm wrong here.
Okay.
There was a sex tape protocol.
Wait.
Okay, Twin.
Am I lying?
Let me go on live.
Like meaning that when celebrities were getting ready to leak sex tapes, they would go to TMZs or people like Wendy, and it'd be like a step-by-step thing on how to do it and even how to act after it came out, right? Am I lying?
Well, I've never. So with the Kim Kardashian one, right?
Yes.
There was no. They didn't come to TMZ at the time and be like, "How do we do it?" But that kind of set a precedent, because with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner, they acted like they didn't know where the tape came from. They acted like they didn't sell it. And now we found out later that all that
They
happened.
sold it to a site, right? They allegedly
y'all,
sold it to a site.
in 2024, right? Even if this was planned, staged, what does this do for him besides this one little moment? News happens fast these days.
Yeah, and I would hope that the good brother Shannon Sharpe, salute to Shannon Sharpe, drop on the clue moms for Shannon Sharpe. He's having a phenomenal year.
He is.
I would hope that the good brother Shannon Sharpe is not letting social media comments get to him to the point where he would stage something like that. I don't personally see him doing anything.
You talking
like
about
that.
the comments where they're questioning his sexuality?
Yes.
You think he did all this because of that? Because they've been
I
saying
didn't
that.
say that. I said I would hope that he's not.
Well, that's the narrative that they're painting.
Really?
Because Shannon, here's the thing. If people want to believe something about you, they are going to continue to believe it. You know why? Because you're successful. If you want people to stop criticizing you, if you want people to stop having an opinion about you, then you have to stop being successful. And I know you're not going to do that.
You know what I know now?
What's that?
From start to finish with foreplay and in the wrap up, he got a good 30 minutes in him. I am very surprised.
Yeah, that's.
Why are you surprised?
Because
y'all be playing with us older unks, boy.
We do.
Why?
I don't know.
30 minutes ain't that bad. Now, if he would have said an hour, then I'd be like, cap.
Listen.
Why is that cap?
The way
that man is in shape.
If y'all heard the video, which we cannot play, you hear all the kissing after. Them big lips,
He was
they might have went for a second round, so he might have had a good hour.
You should not be shaming. You should not be shaming him for anything you heard in that bedroom because you wasn't supposed to hear it. Whatever happens in people's bedrooms is what happens in people's bedrooms.
They not shaming.
That's his thing.
Yeah, nobody shaming.
They're more so kind of playing with him a little bit because they're like, this is corny if it was staged. That's why he kept having to say, I didn't do this on purpose. And then he came out after this happened. Immediately, his Instagram account posted, my page was hacked. He had to say, no, it wasn't hacked.
He said that his team.
Yeah, he said his team did that.
Your team, whoever did that on your team that was so corny. To say you're hacked in 2024, how do you hack Instagram Live? I'm not saying it can't be done, but how?
Yeah, well, could you imagine the sounds that come out of your bedroom?
I just hope that I just hope that he's not letting social media comments get to him to the point where he would try to prove something to these digital D-heads.
Well, that's what most people are thinking.
As long as he's successful, they're going to have something to say.
We live right now.
Yeah, we live right now.
Baby.
What's the noises that come out your bedroom, Charlamagne?
Oh, God.
Man, Donkey of the Day is up next, okay? We need Joe Biden to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with him.
Ask me mine, because it's like silence and sleep.
Oh, yeah, because you by yourself.
Cheers. I be watching Sex in the City and Insecure.
Yeah, this is Lawrence.
Having the crickets is crazy, Red. I thought we was friends.
That was yours.
You at least hear the TV.
I don't even think Lauren got no crickets in there. That's how lonely I think she is.
All right. Donkey of the Day's up next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Your execution on the Donkey of the Day is something to behold. Is it a read?
He gave me Donkey of the Day, and I deserve it.
People need to know.
Well, you need to tell them.
I am.
You have the voice. Tell them. Tell them.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at it.
You're trying to be a fake ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne around.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you giving Donkey of the Day to now?
Well, Sexy Red, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, September 12th goes to President Joe Biden. Listen, the vice president has a slogan, and the slogan is, we are not going back, and that slogan can be interpreted all types of ways, but one of the things Democrats should not go back to is cowardly politics and terrible messaging. What happened yesterday, while President Biden was at an event commemorating the 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, was a form of those cowardly politics and terrible messaging. See, President Biden decided to wear a red Donald Trump hat. I cannot make this kind of stuff up. Let's go to Sky News Australia for the report, please.
Well, the US President Joe Biden has been spotted wearing a red Donald Trump campaign hat. Speaking at a 9/11 commemoration event this morning, there it is right there. The president was videoed as he wore a cap that reads Trump 2024.
Lord have mercy.
President Biden offered a hat to a Trump supporter in the crowd while speaking, who in return gave the president that MAGA hat in exchange. A Trump support account on the social media platforms posted an image of Biden wearing that hat, thanking him for his support.
Donald Trump would never. Okay, a day after your vice president has a phenomenal debate against the former president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, you, Mr. President, decide to put on a hat that says Trump 2024. Now, I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, but that doesn't seem like a show of support for your vice president to me. This race is going to be tight, okay? This race can be swung by just the tiniest fraction of votes, which won't fare well for the Democrats because Trump is going to challenge the results of the election. We know this. Don't act surprised when it happens. Okay, there are going to be Republican elected officials all over the country who will refuse to certify the results of the election. Donald Trump's Supreme Court, in my opinion, in light of so many of their recent rulings, including but not limited to the presidential immunity ruling, which gives presidents absolute immunity from criminal prosecution. In light of rulings like that, I believe they would overturn the results of the election. So Democrats' only defense against that is large voter turnout. That's it. By the way, that's always their only defense against voter suppression because they can't get things like the John Lewis Voting Rights Act or the Freedom to Vote Act passed. So when you know you need that kind of turnout, why is the sitting president, would you wear a hat in support of a person who is the op of your running mate? He is an op in regards to your administration. You, President Biden, you call him a threat to democracy. Okay, if he's a threat to democracy, why are you wearing paraphernalia that supports him being president in 2024? You said you did it as a gesture of unity. You can't call someone a threat to democracy and then wear their paraphernalia and want to be unified with them. Okay, nobody who opposed Nazis would ever wear something with a swastika on it. And President Biden not only wore it, he took a picture in it. Now that picture is all over social media. It's going to be in TV commercials, digital ads. Donald Trump's campaign immediately, as you heard in the news report, thanked Joe for the support. Another post from them said, Kamala did so bad in last night's debate, Joe Biden put on a Trump hat. This is why you got to keep Joe Biden in the basement, right? We're not going back, okay? Since the VP has been the nominee, since she's been at the top of the ticket, you see all the Democrats who have political courage and who are actually good at messaging front and center. You see Governor Josh Shapiro. You see Governor Gretchen Whitmer. You see Secretary Pete. You see Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. You see Congresswoman Ayanna Presley, okay? Just to name a few. These individuals have political courage. They aren't cowards at all, and they have very clear, relatable messaging. Joe Biden represents a regime that simply doesn't have the courage to stand up to the bullies. A day after we watched the VP bully the bully, the President of the United States of America is back trying to get along with the bully. He wants a gesture of unity with the bully. That's terrible messaging. Okay? Let me tell you something, President Biden. If Donald Trump gets back in office, he's putting you in jail. All right, he's already vowed to prosecute his political opponents. Trump wrote on social media just this past weekend, when I win, those people that cheated will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences. And please beware that this legal exposure extends to lawyers, political operatives, donors, illegal voters, and corrupt election officials. This man is going to lock your ass up if he becomes president again, and you wearing his hat. You wearing his campaign paraphernalia. This is why Democrats have to keep Joe Biden in hiding. Every time Joe Biden steps outside, his GPS tells him he's arrived, but it's never where he meant to go. Okay? I don't want him talking to anyone. I don't want him answering any questions. Can you imagine Joe Biden having a press conference right now, having to navigate his way through tough questions like, what's today's date? And then, after Biden took a picture in the hat, he took a picture with a bunch of kids with Trump paraphernalia on. Look, I'm all for bipartisan togetherness, okay, but not when you're trying to win an election. And somebody please tell President Biden, this isn't the Republican Party he came up with, okay? It's MAGA. I don't know why Republicans just gave the party to MAGA, but they did. And I don't know, maybe President Biden thinks MAGA stands for Make America Geriatric Again. Okay, he's sick of the disrespect to old people, and he wants you to know bingo nights and IHOP senior citizen specials will never go out of style. Make America Geriatric Again, because who needs fast Wi-Fi when you've got a rocking chair and a good story? The moral of the story is, President Biden, it's time for you to move like a VP for these last 50 days and just be quiet. Okay? Please give President Joe Biden the biggest hee-haw. Come on now.
He couldn't stop for the babies, though, Charla? The kids?
No.
Not wearing that MAGA hat.
No. No.
Watch, let me show you how serious it is. Charlamagne, can you wear my Giants hat right now?
What, please?
See?
I'll if I had a lighter in here, I'll set it on fire.
See? And this is just a football team.
Are you out your mind?
He looked again for a lighter, too. I saw you.
You know, when I was a young lad, I think that's the right word.
Yeah, young lad is right.
When I was a young lad,
right?
In 1910.
In 1910, when I was a young lad,
I
had a Mark Ripien. My mama bought me a Mark Ripien sweatshirt from Family Dollar. Mark Ripien used to be the quarterback for the Washington Redskins. And see, I'm from the country, right? Moncks Corner, South Carolina. So we used to have to burn our trash. Like, we didn't have the trash pickups. So we used to have to burn our trash outside.
So sorry.
So that trash was outside burning. My daddy took that sweatshirt and threw that sweatshirt on the trash. Threw it right on that fire. Okay?
So you're not going to wear my Giants hat?
You don't wear ops paraphernalia. Period.
Okay.
I just keep hearing the instrumental. That's my song.
Luchi Walla Walla?
Okay, that had nothing to do with nothing, but
right.
you know.
I just noticed something, but I'll mind my business.
Leave me alone.
Don't do it.
Leave me alone.
Noticed something.
Nah, go ahead.
What you notice? What you notice?
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Go ahead, say it.
What you think I noticed, Lauren? This has nothing. Donkey Day's over. What do you think I noticed, Lauren?
Let me tell you.
My headband?
Yes.
Yes, because I need my braids done. My girl canceled on me, but she coming up Saturday, though. She coming up Saturday. I am struggling. My baby hairs are full grown over here. Like,
Wow.
it is insane. I'm just happy for growth, though.
You're not going to believe it. Not that new growth. You ain't happy for new growth. Let me tell you something. Yesterday,
furry.
I heard, I'm sitting there watching Lauren, and Lauren goes, damn, my hairdresser just canceled on me. And as soon as she said that, her hair just turned furry.
It did.
Like, I mean, it just like all the new growth. I saw it come in like 7 seconds.
It did.
It's going to look so good, though, when it's freshly pressed.
But what about today?
Oh, today is given. They didn't even know until you said something.
That's not true.
Until you said something.
That's not true.
All right, gals.
Right.
All right, gals. When we come back, running for president of the United States, representing the Green Party.
Yes.
I was trying to hit your head where your new growth is at.
Dr. Jill Stein will be joining us in her running mate, Dr. Butch Ware.
And Angela Rye will be in here with us for that.
Yes, it's going to get spicy, so tune in. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, and we have our sister Angela Rye with us this morning, helping us out.
Hello.
And we got some special guests joining us. We have Dr. Jill Stein. Welcome.
Hello.
And Dr. Butch Ware.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're in the building.
Y'all are the Green Party presidential candidate and running mate. Tell the people, what is the Green Party and how are they different from the Democrats and the Republicans?
Well, for one thing, we don't take money from billionaires and bankers and AIPAC and Wall Street and the war machine. So we're a people-powered party. That's what makes us totally different. That's what liberates us to actually tell it like it is and to stand up and fight for the people, for the health care that we need as a human right, for the housing that we need, because half of America right now, half of all renters are struggling to keep a roof over their heads. We've got really critical needs that we need to be meeting. And that's what the Green Party is about, actually fighting for people, planet, and peace over profit.
You were a candidate in 2012, 2016.
Right.
What's the difference in 2024?
Oh, man. It's the difference between night and day. You know, it's the thing about being ahead of the curve and then the curve catches up to you. Curve is catching up to us on all the things, really our agenda. In fact, the agenda that we've been putting forward since 2012 really is the progressive democratic agenda right now. Healthcare is a human right. Housing is a human right. Reparations to the extent that they give it lip service, the Green New Deal. Yeah.
It sounds like what you want to happen if you're not planning to win an election.
Who said we wasn't planning to win?
What I heard,
I'm saying it's not the only.
Exactly.
It's not
okay,
the
so
only.
it's hard to understand.
As a candidate, to hear that from a candidate, it kind of gives like, well, why are you here then?
It does sound like
You
y'all
might as well
are just
join
here
up
to
with
be
a
disruptive.
No. May I go in on this, please? I know that the deck is stacked against us, but this right here is part of our strategy, right? Because what happens is, by appearing in a forum like this, what is going to happen is we're going to get on a debate stage. And when this woman goes up on a debate stage, exactly. Well, who knows? But the point is that as soon as we are in the mainstream media,
you guys have a response.
We will be doing a response.
Did not meet the qualifications for AB.
Incorrect.
The qualifications established by an exclusionary framework whose goal is to silence and throw off the ballot
that's what it is.
options
I think it's a
for voters.
Threshold.
And if people are saying, if people are screaming for other choices, the American people are explicitly on records in absolutely unprecedented numbers saying we want other choices. And not only do people want other choices, they want to hear their choices.
I do believe in a third party. I think we need other options. But it does seem like you all have a lot more smoke for the Democratic Party. And I just wonder why.
Because they're the ones that are suing to keep us off the ballot. They're the ones that are trying to knock us off the ballot in Georgia. They are the ones that are doing everything they can to keep us from coming. Wisconsin. If we were not a problem for them, AOC wouldn't be, doing her little sorry attack ads, against us, that we came back at. So the Democrats are attacking us. We're responding in kind. Just to be plain about this, the reason why they don't want Dr. Jill Stein on a debate stage is because she will be able to look at Team Red and say, this is a party that is led by a domestic terrorist and a criminal. She can look to Kamala Harris. And
Kamala.
Sorry.
Come on.
Come on, my brother.
Hold on. No, it's honest to God, no disrespect, to be perfectly honest. It's just the way that I had gotten used to pronouncing the name because it resembles a name that is used in West Africa.
But you understand the point of getting it right, though. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to. Absolutely. Brother on the team with the other, you gotta.
Absolutely. I will not make that mistake again. I'm begging.
I love seeing black jump by black women.
No, hold on.
It's not me.
Listen.
Baby, my edges just
It's just triggering.
Yeah.
It's triggering.
Listen, listen, richly deserved. And if I act a fool, check my black ass. That's fine.
Word.
No joke. Like, I expect to be held accountable by my people, whether those are black folk or Muslims. So that is all love, and it is all welcome. The reason is that we have this aspirational hope that is related to like black achievement and black power and black excellence, and it was weaponized in the Obama presidency. But so let me.
Could it be something else?
Please
could it
educate me.
Could it be? I know her.
Yes.
Could it be that she is someone who listens to voices on all sides? Could it be that when the opportunity, you can turn your head, but I've been in the room. You can turn your head, but I've been in the room, Dr. Ware.
Don't be disrespectful, Dr. Ware. You're not.
No, I was not.
That's been feeling the spirit, but I'm just saying, I've been in the room.
I was actually not turning my back. I was looking to see what the response on the other side of the room was.
We're just over here engaged.
Yeah, no, because I can't see the people that are behind me. So no disrespect, Angela.
We're all having healthy conversation, by the way. Nobody's against anybody.
I agree.
No, I ain't never turning my back on Angela Rye ever again. I'm gonna say,
let Ms. Rye finish her thought.
Because the last thing that I need, is this sister making me an enemy.
No, you're not making me.
I knew you was going there.
Healthy conversation. Healthy conversation.
Because it's part of the strategy,
because I knew you was kind of getting your way to this, and it's very disappointing to see you do that and then say,
Get away, Lauren. Get away, Lauren.
I'm still trying to make.
Get away. What do we misconstrue?
So how I...
Well, let Angela finish her point.
Okay, you go ahead.
I would definitely like to hear.
I'd love to know how many voting members in the United States House of Representatives.
So we have been blocked. The Democrats throw us off the ballot. They interfere. They put spies and infiltrators on our campaign.
How many voting members?
Compare us.
No. Answer the question. How many voting members in the United States House of Representatives, Republican, Democrat, and Independent? How many total?
How many total
Yes.
are there? What is it? 600 some?
No, it's 435.
Plus 100 in the Senate, right?
100. Yes, I said House of Representatives.
Okay.
100 in the Senate. Of those 435 in the House, of the 100 in the Senate, how many? Just one moment. I'm not trying to put you on the defense. I'm just saying this because the Hill is my passion. That's where I grew up as a professional, right? How many of them are Green Party members?
Okay, I know where you're going with
I'm
this.
not going
You're
anywhere.
attempting to show that the Greens are powerless. I want to make the point.
I was not trying to show you're powerless.
Well, this is usually part of that argument.
What was the point you were trying to make, Angela? What was the point?
I'm going
before you rebuttal, Dr. Stein. What was the point?
I want to know how many voting members of the Green Party in the House or the Senate currently exist.
Currently, there are none. However, if you look at the American people, how many are voting against the genocide? Hardly any. How many are voting for health care as a human right, which would actually save us $500 billion a year? We, the people, are not represented. So not being there is not a strike against the Green Party.
Okay, and that's fine. How many of them right now, based on, and I called it a wish list, it wasn't to be offensive, is I have a wish list too. I got one in the ideal man I want to.
It's dismissive to refer to a party platform.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is, it's not dismissive. Hear my heart, right? I heard your heart on the mispronouncing of Kamala. Hear my heart.
All right.
Because there are none that currently exist, that means you got to have allies. Who are your allies in the House and Senate
Excellent
to
question.
help to see if y'all would have just slowed down a minute? Y'all had guns blazing.
I told you it was a healthy conversation.
Right? Like, come on. We got to do basic math.
Please let them finish.
He wasn't talking to me when he said that.
But how many who are the allies? Can you name some of your allies in the House and the Senate that would help to get this very aggressive agenda you have? I said to you all, I agree with a lot of what you have there. What I'm talking about is, as a political strategist,
let me tell you,
what is your
on day one,
who are your
let me tell you, on day one,
your allies?
On day one, we stopped the genocide. Okay,
there's a lot. Allies.
So there's a lot that
I'm trying, but I can't get an answer to my question.
Your question, however, denies the power that the president has as the executive. The president has a fair amount of executive authority to actually begin the process. So that process begins with stopping the genocide on day one, which happens with a phone call. It's happened before. This absolutely will happen, especially if we invoke the weapons embargo.
So would you say that you don't need allies?
On issues where you have executive authority, what you need are allies among the people.
All right, we have more with Dr. Jill Stein and Dr. Butch Ware when we come back. They're running for president of the United States, representing the Green Party, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess, and Angela Rye has joined us today. We're still kicking it with Dr. Jill Stein and Dr. Butch Ware. They're running for president of the United States, representing the Green Party. Angela?
Dr. Stein, in 2002, you ran for governor of Massachusetts and you lost. In 2004, you ran for state representative in Massachusetts and you lost. In 2006, you ran for secretary of the Commonwealth. You also lost. In 2010, you ran for governor again, this time against the first black governor in Massachusetts, Deval Patrick. You lost. In 2012, you ran against this country's first black president, and you got just less than 0.5% of total votes cast. In 2016, you ran against Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, losing significantly with 1.4 million votes cast for you, but 0 electoral college votes, which I agree with y'all needs to be abolished. But 136 million people voted. And you lost that election as well. So I want to know what the pathway to victory is for you in 2024. It can't just be.
I'd like to provide a different frame.
I want to provide. And I also.
Can I respond, please?
And Kamala Harris supporter.
Bring it back.
Respond.
Go ahead, Angela. Go ahead.
But I would like to respond.
Yeah.
This is the framing of the empire and the oligarchy and white supremacy and colonialism, which wants you to feel that resistance is futile. This is about voter blaming and voter shaming.
Let me just No. What you're not going to say is that I'm ever parroting anything at the hands of white supremacy. This is something that's very different. This is me asking you again. It's a binary choice in an election.
I'm just pointing out that these are the talking
points.
No, it's not the same talking points that the DNC
I didn't get my talking
uses.
This is not DNC talking points. This is my research, and sadly for you, the research says you have never won an election. You have been successful in pushing forward certain agendas. As an advocate, but you have never won an election as a candidate. Is that a winning strategy?
So, in order to win, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and in this case, it's many steps. Let me point out, please. You need to compare the Green Party not with those who are taking money from AIPAC and the War Machine and Wall Street. You've got to compare us. Excuse me. You have to compare us to other grassroots, non-corporate.
She told me I'm a white supremacist.
We need
white supremacist.
She said I was parroting the talking points of a white supremacist.
See, that was my disappointment.
May I finish, please? May I get to my point? May I please get to my point?
Let Dr. Stein and Angela Rye close it out.
Let me finish, please. Thank you. You're trying to compare us to the Democratic Party and the Republican Party with their billions of dollars, or to the Working Families Party, which is not under attack. As a people-powered party, not taking money from Wall Street or the War Machine or AIPAC, we are on very different turf. But if you compare us to all other similar parties, which are not taking corporate money, which are not bought and paid for, which can stand up against endless war, against homelessness, against the climate crisis, against the housing and the healthcare crisis. Campaigns like us, who can actually stand up for the people, they last exactly 1 to 2 election cycles, and then they're gone. So we are actually the pillar of strength among people-powered politics. And what have we done over that period? We have established the Green Party as the vehicle for people-powered politics. We have also launched the agenda, which has been adopted by the progressive Democrats, given lip service, not actually advanced. But whether you're looking at healthcare as a human right, launched by Ralph Nader as a national issue, reparations, launched by our campaign as a national issue in 2012. If you look at free public higher education, bailing out students and ending student debt. You had Congress bailing out the crooks on Wall Street who crashed the economy, but not bailing out homeowners, not bailing out students. That agenda was launched by us. So I think it's not fair, and it is the talking point of AOC the other day, who is taking her marching orders from the DNC. This is exactly what they say, that we are only running for president.
Of color as parroting talking points instead of us looking at basic math. The one thing that AOC policy has done that you haven't is win some elections. And so when I'm asking you if you've won any elections, that is one point. If you want to tell me that you want to push a more progressive agenda, if you want to talk about pushing a progressive agenda, you can do that, not by running necessarily for president. Your track record as a state rep candidate, as a secretary of the Commonwealth candidate, as a gubernatorial candidate, as a presidential candidate are woefully lacking. So I'm asking if you consider going about it a different way instead of telling me I'm parroting white supremacist talking points.
So I can tell you,
hear the facts. These are the facts. The numbers are not on your side, right?
So Dr. Jill Stein, let's end with some closing remarks.
Yes.
On your campaign, and then the Honorable Angela Rye, you can end with your
I'm done.
remarks.
I've asked my question.
Okay. So as Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has and it never will. Like so many other Greens, I came from the world of social activism. The Green parties, we don't need to change people's minds. People's minds have been changed by the desperate state of our economy, by, the incredible injustices, by the police state that we're living in, etc. At that point, it's like a curtain went up for me. And I saw, oh my God, this is not a matter of having to change people's minds. People are already there. It's just that people are denied knowing that there are options that actually empower us.
So what's your website for people who want that out?
Thank you. It is JillStein2024.com. And yes, check us out, because this election is full of, 180s and unexpected developments. And we, the people, deserve to be heard. We are demanding to be heard. And we potentially have the power. If only the vote to stop genocide stood up to say, I will not hold my nose and vote for genocide. That vote, or the 87 million people who do not have adequate health care, or the 50% of renters who are struggling, who are just 1 or 2 paychecks away from being evicted and being out in the street. If those people stand up to vote for what we actually can have right now, this election will be turned on its head. And if we don't get to the White House, but we start on the road to the White House, that too is a huge win. We deserve an America and a world that works for all of us, that is within our reach if we demand it.
Well, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Jill Stein, Dr.
Great talking with all of you.
Thank you so much.
Great lively conversation.
Thank you, Angela Rye.
Thank you,
It wasn't
Angela Rye.
supposed to be a debate.
But it was good.
It was great.
All right.
It's the best kind of debate.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Make sure you go on YouTube and watch the full conversation between Dr. Jill Stein and Dr. Butch Ware and myself and Envy and Lauren and Angela Rye. Okay, the conversation is like an hour
and 20 minutes,
and
30
some
minutes.
change. Sometimes when you play things over the air, it's only 8 minutes?
16 minutes in total.
Exactly. So you don't get the full gist of the conversation. It was a very healthy conversation.
Yes. Jill got a chance to say what she needed to say. And I just didn't say child please for no reason.
Hey, shut up. Ain't nobody thinking about
I didn't say child please.
in your head,
If you
man.
identify as a little sass on a little spice,
I was really protecting
Bay.
Bay. I was protecting Bay over there.
Heard you.
Protecting me for what?
Because he thought he was saying child please to you.
I thought you said child please to you.
No.
So I went and defended Bay and said
he was saying child please to the Democratic National Convention.
Child please.
You know what? Ever since you've been dressing like a stud, you've been bugging a little bit.
Arms out got you acting crazy. The wind. It's the wind.
You've been dressing like a stud all month. Is this Stud Appreciation Month or something?
I was protecting Bay over there. But anyway, let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. Don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the culture show.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Real quick before we get into the next topic, it is now 8:56, so almost an hour since we talked about Shannon Sharpe, and he is still trending #1 on Google.
Jesus.
Entertainment trends worldwide.
I don't know what that means, but you keep repeating it, so I think it's good.
That means everybody's talking about him across
Everybody
Google
continues to talk
searching.
about him,
Yes. And let me tell y'all, I wanted to make sure we got this in. When I was talking about the ice comments, I wanted y'all to hear him talk about how she might have had ice herself. Take a listen.
She might have had to put a little ice pack down there, but she good otherwise. You play a hard game, you ice. Basketball players ice their knees, they ice their ankles, the elbows and stuff like that. Up and down football players. Okay.
Yo, when I watched it, that part, it made me turn it off. I'm like, they too old for these little jokes.
You know what I'm starting to realize? And maybe I should have been realizing this.
What?
as I get older.
You need ice on your knees?
No, we need to be talking amongst each other. We don't need to be putting the podcast mics in front of our face. Like that.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Some things we just need to be talking about.
No, we need some of this sometimes. Now listen, we talked about earlier how people have been, there's been, people feeling like Shannon Sharpe was gay, and that some people think that this is why he did all this. Now, Ocho actually addressed it on the show. Take a listen.
And this is a funny thing about it. Now you remember all the people talking trash and saying whatever they had to say, trying to assassinate your character, that you might be this, you might be that. So hell, I mean, I'm sitting back, I'm thinking, hey, it was a goddamn Michelle, it wasn't a Michael. Huh? You hear me? It wasn't a Michelle. It was, it wasn't a Michael, it was a Michelle.
That audio also goes so crazy on TikTok.
Did he say assassinate your character?
Yes, assassinate.
Assassinate is hilarious.
Not assassinate.
Assassinate your character is hilarious. Trying to assassinate your character by saying you gay. Once again, like I said last hour, I would hope that the good brother Shannon Sharpe is not letting social media comments get to him to the point where he would stage something like this.
They got to him because he said he cried because of this. He said he actually cried because of this. Because of
why?
Just listen.
You can laugh at the situation and the mistake that you made, and
I done cried enough, Ocho. I ain't got no more tears.
You cried?
Yeah, because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for my circle. I'm embarrassed for the people there. There are people, not everybody, but there are people out there that hold me in high regard and look to me as a beacon, as a role model.
Right.
And I let those people down.
Yeah.
But I'm human.
Yes, sir.
Although I try to strive for perfection, there's no such thing.
Well, listen.
Oh, he cried over the video leak.
Yeah, like over the line.
I thought you meant over like the comments. Oh, okay,
but I mean, that's because you're anticipating people's reaction to it and things that might happen from it. But now, I mean, everybody in the U.S., these Google Trends are in the U.S., not worldwide. Everybody in the U.S. now, they know. So you don't got to cry no more. It's all good.
Salute to Uncle.
Can I say one thing just in general to everybody out there? You wake up with yourself, you go to sleep with yourself, right? You wake up with yourself every morning, you go to sleep with yourself every night. You know you. Nobody should be able to tell you about you, especially if you know the truth about yourself. Can't nobody tell me anything about me because I know me. You don't know me, especially a bunch of digital D-heads on social media.
Nah, he go to sleep with Michelle, not Michael, and Michelle be telling him about himself. Now let's move on because I want to. We also got to get to Kendrick. Kendrick was a big thing yesterday too.
You a gay stud.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how that's possible, but you, because studs are gay, but you are a gay stud.
Oh, go ahead, continue.
Okay, so Kendrick, he dropped the song yesterday, but it was only available on his Instagram. I'm not for sure if it's anywhere else now, but it was only available on his Instagram at the time, and it's called "Walk Them Down."
No, I thought it was called "Party."
I'm sorry,
the Party died.
Party, yes, the party died. I'm sorry.
That's the first line. Walk
yes.
Them Down.
So let's take a listen to the first line of the song, which is the "Walk Them Down" line, what I just referenced. Wow. The song is not on Apple Music, so it's still on Instagram. Tough. Yeah, he talked about being disappointed in the media. He talked about the "Walk Them Down" line, which I think was a shot at Drake, basically saying like, I've already quieted him. That was good for all the people. He there was a line where he says that he would rather have Nipsey back than a lot of the people that's out here talking about people just be on BS and they're not real. He talks about women having it tough right now because they tougher than a lot of the men out here.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's a dope record. Record's dope.
Yeah, it's very dope. Like you said, Lauren, I don't believe the record is just about Drake. I think he's talking about just the culture, people in the world, society, the
media,
industry,
TV.
media. And I'm gonna tell you something, Kendrick, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. Okay? The only thing you can do is continue to be the change you want to see in the world. Because this ain't stopping no time soon.
That's right.
It's just not. You know what I mean? We're too far gone. Like, God himself would have to come back. And even then,
people wouldn't believe it.
They would not believe it.
People wouldn't believe it.
They'd be like, it's AI.
Man, hey, listen, Triumph could start, Wu-Tang Triumph could start playing, and a big toe could come from the sky, and Jesus himself could come down, and they would make him have to prove himself.
That's right. All right. Well, that is Jess.
You ain't walking on water. That's AI.
Well, Long LaRosa.
You ain't walking on water. That's ice.
All right. Well, let's get to the mix. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Now we got to salute DeMar DeRozan for joining us this morning.
Man, salute to the good brother DeMar DeRozan. His new book, Above the Noise, My Story of Chasing Calm, is out right now. I love anybody that's out there doing the work on themselves, going to therapy, dealing with that unhealed trauma that so many of us don't deal with. So salute to the good brother DeMar DeRozan. And speaking of that, October 12th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I am having my 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo at the Marriott Marquis here in Times Square. If you've been to the Mental Wealth Expo before, you already know what to expect. I bring together some of the best therapists and psychiatrists and grief counselors and spiritual leaders, and we all come together for a day of mental health education and healing. It is a free event. It is open to all ages. This year, Dr. Jay Barnett will be there. Elliot Connie will be there. Debbie Brown will be there. Dr. Rita Walker will be there. Dr. Alfie Breland Noble, of course. Tyrese is going to be there. Dr. Bryant is going to be there. So go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more details. But once again, it is a free event, open to all ages, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. October 12th, Marriott Marquis, Times Square. Join us.
All right, and also salute to Dr. Jill Stein and Dr. Butch Ware. They are running for president and vice president of the United States, representing the Green Party. They joined us today.
Make sure you go watch the full interview. I hate sometimes playing those conversations over the air, because a lot of times when we play those conversations over the air, they're edited, and so you don't get to watch things in its full context. So please go watch the full discussion. It was a healthy discussion.
Yeah, and I want to say people have been doing a really good job of sending me news tips. So news@browngirlgrinding.com is the email. Y'all are DMing them to me, all of that stuff. I appreciate y'all. Follow Brown Girl Grinding on Instagram and Lauren LaRosa. And we're going to keep bringing y'all some exclusives here. So
Brown Girl Grinding.
Now it's time for the positive note.
Yes, before that, I want to say thank you to everybody I saw in Philadelphia last night, man. I love Philly, man. Philly holds a special place in my heart because Philly is where I started my morning radio show career. Actually, in a lot of ways, my syndication career and my morning radio show career, because when I came up here in 2006 as a co-host of the Wendy Williams Experience, Philly was a big market for Wendy, because that's what she went to go do, morning radio. That's what she had her son and everything. So Philly was a big market for her. So I got a lot of love for Philly. Then I was doing my own morning show in Philly back in 2010, I believe it was, 2009. Right? So salute to everybody in Philly. Make sure you go get Wallow's book, Armed with Good Intentions. It is available everywhere you buy books now. We had a great conversation in Philly's last night. Salute to Uncle Bobby's and salute to Taste Cheesesteaks. If you are ever in Philadelphia.
You had another one yesterday?
Yes.
What kind did you have?
Salmon.
Okay.
Salmon, no cheese. Go to, I don't get the cheese, but salmon, go to Taste Cheesesteak in Philly. Best cheesesteak in Philly right now. I don't care what nobody says. Okay, they got the salmon cheesesteak, the jerk chicken cheesesteak, the regular beef cheesesteak, and they got another option. I forget what it is right now, but great spot, man. So salute to Taste Cheesesteak in Philly.
All right.
And the positive note is this: the amount of strength it takes to choose to be alone instead of poorly surrounded is extremely underrated. If you were strong enough to choose yourself, I honor you. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?